Well, a gracious good morning, sports fans. Joey Sutherland here with you on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We are coming to you live here from East Grand Rapids Aquatic Center, the Butch Briggs Pool, as we are probably about 5 minutes away from the Day 2 beginning of the West Regionals. We'll have all the coverage for you today here on the Biscuit in the Basket. Chase Joseph will be over at Ann Arbor, Huron, for the East Side Regionals, which you can tune in on our sister station, the Biscuit in the Basket 2, No Soup for You. But there isn't much I have to tell you about this first matchup today. This matchup goes back as far as any rivalry can go. We're talking back to the Cain versus Abel, dogs versus the mailman. Pick your cliche. This is it. This is the David, well, I don't want to say David and Goliath because there really isn't that difference. I mean, these two just know each other as well as any two teams. And, of course, I must be talking about the Rockford Rams and the Hudsonville Eagles. They have been at the top of water polo for the better part of 3 decades, and it looks to continue today as both teams punched their tickets to get here. Rockford with a hard-fought 15-7 victory over West Ottawa yesterday, and the Eagles with a 20-5 victory over Mason. But there is nothing that Craig Peterman is going to throw at Josh Arendt, or Josh Arendt is going to throw at Craig Peterman that they have not seen before. These players on both benches know each other almost like their own teammates. So this is just another time that these two teams can duke it out. And we're excited to have that action for you. This is our first semifinal matchup for the West region. The second one, taking place at 10:15 this morning, will be the co-op of Jenison Granville, the one of my favorite nicknames. The Wild Dogs will do battle with the host, Pioneers of East Grand Rapids. We'll be happy to have that one for you as well. Again, just to keep you updated, it is Ann Arbor Pioneer, and the co-op of Skyline Saline is the first game on the east side. And then the second game will be Seaholm and Ann Arbor Huron, the host on that side. All right, looks like we're about to drop the rock and play some water polo. So thank you for joining us here. Coffee and water polo. Can you find anything better than that? And that's exactly what we have to start. And if anybody's asking why is in the upper left corner the scoreboard kind of vibrating or shaking, I can't help it. It is the vent above me. It is blowing such hard air that the camera is even on a tripod is getting shook up a little bit. So I do apologize for that. I've tried to come up with a solution, but haven't done one yet. All right, here we go. The opening sprint is underway. Oh, and we already have a violation. So it is going to be Rockford winning the opening sprint. Rockford in the black caps with the orange stripe down the middle. They're going from the near side to the far side of the pool. Opening possession, gets it over. Nice passing, takes a shot, didn't crunch the abs. Over the cage it goes, and possession will go to. And do we have a. Oh, I heard a double whistle. I thought there was a kick out, but I'm not really sure what the whistle was for. Play continues. Hudsonville in the white caps. Oh, nice turn attempt. Ordinary foul outside 6. He can shoot it. Thought about it. Still thinking about it. And now he's going to try to move the ball. Kicks it back outside. Shot clock down to 9. Gets it back to him. That's Connor Kilgore, but it is shot and an easy save there for Evan Pierce. Pierce had a great game yesterday in the defeat of West Ottawa, and we were very impressed with the play of the freshman Boyer for the Panthers. Second possession here for Rockford, no score. Down low, gets it, takes the shot just over the cage, and that's going to be possession back to the Eagles. So a lot of excitement here early on, and we thank you for joining us. has a nice save there. Sorry, I was getting a text message. Bringing it up the pool, setting up. Eagles still no score. 2 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Gets it down to the hole set, one-on-one matchup. Help comes late, just an ordinary foul. Swings it outside, back to the wing. Looking for somebody, but good defense. And that's a shot clock violation. So even had that gone in, it would have been disallowed. Possession goes back to Rockford. Long stretch pass, but from the outside, he's going to work his way back inside. Good defense there by the Eagles. Pump, fake, lob shot, puts up, just off the mark, chasing after it. Who's got it? And they're going to say it's still Rockford possession. Wide open, left side post, swims in, takes the shot, it hits the crossbar, and finally it's corralled there by the Eagles, and they counter quickly the other way. Fires it over. Gets it back down low. Into the hole set. Ordinary foul. Lob shot put up! And just keeping it away. I don't know how that one stayed out. Man, these two are taking some punches early, but between a little bit of luck and quick hands of goalies, it still remains no score. We're down to 3 minutes to go here in the first period of a no-score game. Left side, down to the wing, wants to shoot, takes it, waits it, patiently, buries the biscuit into the basket. 1-0 Rockford. Trying to see who got that one. Looks like it to me was number 11, Connor Geskis will get the goal. Gabe Davis will get the helper, and it is 1-0 in favor of the Rockford Rams. Bringing it up now, looking for a chance to potentially tie it up are the Eagles. Back up to the point at about maybe 10 meters. Good ordinary foul again, 10 on the shot clock. Swings it over to the flat. Tries to get to the hole set, backhand, off the mark, out of bounds, and it'll be possession back to Rockford. On top 1-0 with 3:12 to go here in the first. Gets it over. Backhand off the mark, out of bounds, and possession going back the other way. Swings it over. Wants to set up. Chance to tie it once again. To the hole set, but the defensive help is there, but an ordinary foul helps out Hudsonville. They keep possession. 4 on the shot clock. Going to have to hustle. 3 seconds. Here it comes. Goes cross cage. Just off the mark, out of bounds. Possession again going back to the Rockford Rams. 2:30 to go in the first quarter of a 1-0 Rockford lead. Tries to cut it to the inside, instead goes to the post. Now they go back to the wing, swimming it towards the flat. Opposite side, good job cycling here into safe water by Rockford. Now they get it down low, quick shot, shoots, scores! That was a quasi-half lob shot. That's going to be number 10. Gabe Davis gets the goal. Thomas Hurst will get the helper, and it's 2-0 Rockford with 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1. All of a sudden, this is becoming an important possession here. Brings it up to about 6 meters. Takes the shot. Nice save there by Pierce, but it will be a 2-meter. So possession Oh, and I forgot, with it being day 2 of regionals, that means the return of goal judges. So the throw-in comes from the goal judges, not the coaches, to get them ready for state competition. Near steal by Rockford, and it becomes a steal. Looking for the stretch pass, goes down with 90 seconds to go in the first. Takes the skip shot off the bar, and Hudsonville will get the rock, and they will push it up the pool. Rockford hustling to get back. There are 3 Rams, though, back defensively as the Eagles bring it up the pool, get it inside 4 meters from the wing. Tough angle. Ordinary foul, 16 on the shot clock. Gets into the hole set, but there are just too many Rams there. Tried to get the shot off was Lucas, and he was just unable to. And now it's Rockford coming back the other way. And a nice play there, and another nice save by Wiles. Here comes Hudsonville. Under a minute to go in the first, looking for their first goal of this one. Gets the turn, and a kickout's coming. Our first of the game, 6-on-5 here for Hudsonville. Let's see what number got the kickout for Rockford as the Eagles set up their 6-on-5 here. That's going to be on Gabe Davis, the senior. Nice job cycling it around, gets it low. Tough angle, tried to go short side. Not a high percentage shot there by Sarber. And now it's going to be Rockford bringing it back the other way. Shot clock turned off, final 7 seconds. 6. Ordinary foul. Lob shot put up off the mark, out of bounds, and with 1 second to go, here comes the desperation heave. And an easy save swatted away by Evan Pearson. That'll end our first quarter of action. Our score, Rockford on top, 2-0. We'll step out for a quick second. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. Welcome back here to the EGR Aquatic Center. Joey Sutherland keeping you company here as we get set to start the second quarter. Thank you for joining us here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. If you're enjoying this stream, please do me a solid and click the like button. And if you really enjoy the content, you can also go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Be a member of the Biscuit in the Basket family. Nearly 2,000 people are. We'd love to have you. Sprint is won to start the second, this time by the Eagles. Rockford took the first. And we are back to live action. looking to still get their first goal are the Hudsonville Eagles. Fires it over to the top, lob down low, quick shot. Nice save by Pierce, 50-50 ball. That's going to be a fresh shot clock though for Hudsonville. Gets it to the outside. That's into the hands of Kilgore. Oh, but his pass was off the mark, and that's one I'm sure he would like to have back. So possession's going to go to Rockford. One more chance, or not one more, but another chance here for another, that's going to be a, contra foul. Bringing it up the pool, swings it from the flat down to the wing, now to the hole set, one-on-one matchup. What a save! By far the best of the game there for Ryan Wiles. And that keeps it 2-zip. Mark that one down here if the Eagles get back into this one. That was a huge save. Hudsonville coming to the near side cage with 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ordinary foul. And a nice play there by Rockford for another defensive stop. Pick shot, shoot, scores! Biscuit in the basket. Davis Ward will get that goal. And with that, and 4:48 to go in the first half, it's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Josh Arendt and the Hudsonville Eagles. With the score 3-zip, goals from Davis Ward, Gabe Davis, and Connor Geskis. All the scoring so far. There? Are you not there? All right, getting set to return to action. Sorry about that. I was talking to somebody down here on the deck, and they were giving me a compliment, but I think it was a backhanded one. As the Eagles trail 3-zip, let's see what they're able to pull off after this timeout. Gets it up to the point. Looking to outside 6, can shoot it, will shoot it. Skip shot hits the post, loose ball. Rams corral it. And it's still a 3-zip lead for the Rams, who push it up the pool. And scores! That one is a big goal. I think that was number 15, Liam Harkema. And that makes it 4-zip, and now it's getting to that point where Hudsonville has got to dig deep, and they don't want this one to get out of control. Contra foul, possession going back the other way. Ordinary foul. Rams have it from the wing, now going towards the Hudsonville bench. Good pressure by the Eagles. 3:33 to go here in the first half. Down to the whole set, one-on-one matchup. Gets the turn, and a late kickout's coming. That's the first kickout of the morning on Hudsonville. 6-on-5 Rams, who didn't need the help. They're on top, 4-zip. They go wing to wing, moving the goalie, pump, fake, shoot, scores! And it's 5-zip Rockford. I confirm who that was. That was 15 once again. As he's being replaced but getting a hug. The junior Harkema with the last 2 goals here for Rockford, who now leads 5-zip. Cross cage, tries to take the shot, but well sniffed out there by Pierce. And now it is Rockford on the attack again, on top, 5-zip. 2:52 to go in the first. Hudsonville just looks like they're still warming up. Swings it over, left side flat, wide open, skip shot, off the mark and out of bounds. Possession goes to Rockford. I beg your pardon, to Hudsonville. Pushing it up the pool. Cross cage off the mark, out of bounds, coming our way. Remains 5-zip, 2:25 now to go. Long stretch pass up the pool. And what do we got? Oh, another kick out. So another 6-on-5. I didn't see that. That was away from the ball. That one's going to be called on number 7. But quickly intercepted by the Eagles. So good job killing that one off. And look at that pass ahead of the defense. Can he stay up? Inside 4, inside 3. Got the goalie on his back. Lob shot put up. Did it get in? It does. And on the board, number 5, Lucas Rivas with the goal, the sophomore, with a huge goal with 1:50 to go. Giving a little bit of life to this Hudsonville team. And now you can see, now it's Coach Peterman's turn to have a conversation with the officials. Honestly, there was so much stuff going on, I didn't see what happened. Back up to the post. Takes the shot, shoots, scores. Wow, it looked like he was going to pass the ball. It fooled me, and then he fired it in. Cross cage into the back of the net. Number 4 for Rockford. Henry Cheney with his first, the senior co-captain. It's back to a 5-goal advantage for Rockford. They're on top 6-1. Oh, contra foul. Possession goes back to Rockford. Tries for the contra. Good job by the Eagles to get back with 1:16 to go, but they get it out to the far side wing. Drive it in late. Tries to get it to the whole set, but there were too many Eagles there, and a good job defensively. Now they got a chance if they get it up the pool quickly, which they do. But the Rams do a great job of getting back. Takes the shot off of the hands of Evan Pierce, goes out of the pool. So that is going to be another poorly thrown in ball. That's a 2-meter for Hudsonville. Now on the 2-meter, he can attack, and he does. And that's a kick out. So 6-on-5, he didn't like the call. That's going to be called on Davis Ward. And a quick shot shoot scores. Connor Kilgore with his first of the game brings it back to a 4-goal game, 6-2 with 46 seconds to go. This is one of those chances where you can suspect that Hudsonville would like to get a stop and potentially get one more goal to bring it back to a 3-goal deficit before the half. Out of the outside, ordinary foul, outside 6, he can shoot it. Instead, he's going to pop it and swim it forward. Looking to get to the whole set in that one-on-one matchup that he has. Instead, outside, another ordinary gets it down low. 10 on the shot clock from the wing, takes the shot, cross cage, just off the mark, out of bounds. That's going to go into the hands now of Ryan Wiles. Shot clock's turned off. He can swim it up, and he does so. Looks like the Eagles are going to play for this last shot. Ryan comes up as the extra attacker. Swings it over to the flat. Now it's essentially the whole set they wanted, and kicks it back outside, and they can't get the shot off before the end of the period. Good job defensively there by Rockford. And at the end of the first half, it is 6-2 as the two teams will switch sides, and we'll pick up play from there. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll take a look at the stats when we return. All right, getting set to start the second half in just a moment here. Taking a look at the other side of the state with a minute to go in the first half. It is Pioneer all over Skyline Saline by a score of 10-2. 6-2 here as we get set to start the third. Do the Eagles have some magic to try to make a comeback here? We'll see. Second half sprint. And they're going to say Rockford. Not sure what happened. Gets it up one. Pump, fake. Swings it back out to the top. Blocked. Good play defensively there by Hudsonville as possession goes to the Eagles. Long stretch pass, but off the mark. They're fortunate to keep possession. Now they dump it back outside. Shot clock down to 20, down by 4. Wide open now from about 8 meters. Wants to shoot it, instead draws the ordinary. Now he will shoot it, and it's easily saved there by Pierce. Pierce has tracked the ball very well this morning. Long stretch pass on the dime, but into safe water. And so they'll slow it up and wait for the rest of the offense to get down the pool. 1 minute gone here in the second half. Still a 4-goal lead. 6-2. Got it to the hole set, one-on-one. Takes the shot over the cage. Just about hit by equipment. And now look at this. By the defense once again. Inside 5, inside 4, inside 3. Pump, fake, shoots. What a save! Loose ball. He gets the change. And Rockford takes it away. What a play by Evan Pierce. That is insane. He was stone cold one-on-one, and he said, no soup for you. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Eagles in another long stretch pass, but this time 2 Rams are back. Tries to cut inside, but that's easily going to be stolen away. I just don't think on that one that he felt the presence of the second defender there for Rockford. Pushes it up the pool. Gets it into the hands there of Davis. Davis, who has a goal in the game and an assist, draws the ordinary. 5 minutes to go in the third. 12 on the shot clock. Kicks it to the outside. Gets it into the hands of Cheney. Cheney back down, backhand shot, scores! Cheney with the helper. Goal number 2 for Gabe Davis. And it's now a 5-goal advantage once again for Rockford. They're on top 7-2. Finding out from this game who will play in the West Region Championship at 2:15 this afternoon. Right now, you have to feel comfortable that Rockford has a lead, but we've seen these games just change in a heartbeat. Skip shot off the mark, out of bounds. Possession will go back to Rockford. Up by a nickel with 4:36 to go in the third. Thank you for joining us here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. I'm Joey Sutherland. As always, it's my pleasure to bring you the action. Quick shot off the top of the crossbar, but it will be taken by, I think that was Kilgore who grabbed it. And now he's going to pass it back to Wiles, the goalie, who fires it up the pool quickly to Lawrence. Swings it over to the right side flat. Open for a minute. Now down low. Looked for the punch shot. Just missed it. I quickly got a peek over at Coach Josh Arendt, and he said, don't swing at that one. Catch and shoot when you're open. And that's a catch, no pun intended, a catch-22. Because sometimes you feel like the defender is right behind you. Nice job cycling it around. Gets it down to the hole set. A kick out's coming. Kind of saw that one coming. 6-on-5 coming up here for the Rams. And no defense there. And that's just too easy for Cheney with his second goal unassisted. Trying to see who got the kick out. That was going to be on number, that's 2 on Sarber. And it's now 8-2 in favor of Rockford late in the third. Looking to shoot it. Oh, what a field block, and there's just too many orange caps there. Possession goes back to the Rams, and now we got a lot of whistles. The officials calling for the ball. Somebody's going to get a kick out, I'm sure. Nice catch, and here comes the kick out. Whoa. Is this... Okay, we're calling... And a setup timeout's going to be called by Craig Peterman because it is, I think, matching kickouts. It is. So, wow, did both 15s get it? Being I don't have a 15 for Hudsonville, I'm guessing it's actually number 10. And that'll be Aiden Bale. And it is. So 15... Harkema, 10 for the Eagles, and now we're at 5-on-5. Rockford still with possession, and a contra foul on the ball, or no, that's a ball under called. Just starting the third quarter on the other side of the state. Very similar score now. It's 8-2 here. It's 10-2 there. We're just a little bit ahead of them in terms of the game. Pump fake, kicks it over to the flat skip shot, scores! Wow, another. I think that was Davis Ward with his second goal of the game. Pushing it up the pool now, setting up, swings it over. Down by 7, they need some instant offense. Another ordinary, outside 6, can shoot it, and there's still a battle going on. Oh, and now that's going to get chippy. And you could see they were watching it 10 and 11, respectively. Geskis with Bale. And I don't think they're on each other's Christmas card list right now. Rams with the lead and the rock. Tried to get it to the hole. Oh, that's going to be should have been a contra foul, no call, and it's a goal. And that's going to be for number 11, Connor Geskis with his second goal. I am a little surprised there wasn't a whistle there one way or another, and now really upset right now is number 10, Aiden Bale. (10-2) is our score. Hudsonville pushing up the pool. Ordinary foul. Can shoot it. Does, and scores. I think that was Kilgore. And that's going to bring it back to a touchdown. (10-3) is our score. Down to the hole set. There isn't help coming. Now it finally does. And that'll lead to a steal. Kilgore will get the steal. He's kind of feeling the presence behind him. Drops it back. Now the Eagles will push it up the pool. Down by 7 with a minute to go in the third. Goes to the opposite side. That was the flat. Under a minute now. 10 on the shot clock. Back up to the top. To the hole set. Nice pass. Ordinary foul. Going to have to hurry. He can't shoot it. Swings it out. Wide open. Takes the shot. That's going to be a 2-meter and a fresh shot clock with 43 seconds to go here in the third. They fire it up. There's some open space, and he passed it back. I'm a little surprised there. He was inside 6 meters, maybe 5. Shot clock now at 15. Ordinary foul. He can shoot it, and he's going to cross cage another 2-meter. Shot clock now will be turned off. Final 28 seconds here of the third. Hudsonville trying to bring it back within 6. They're going to have to swim after it. Switting back there, just treading water, is Davis Ward for Rockford and Brendan Lawrence for the Eagles as it's intercepted. 10 seconds to go here. Long stretch pass. Speak of the devil, they get it all the way up to Davis Ward. Has a driver coming in. Perfect pass by the defense. Best save of the game, though, right there. And that's going to end the third period. Kudos there to the goalie, Wiles, for a fine save. And that keeps it 10-3 at the end of 3. The Rams are now 7 minutes away from potentially making it to the West Region Finals here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. All right, we're getting set to go to the fourth quarter of action. The Rams on top, 10-3. I would say a little bit of a surprise. Not necessarily that the Rams are winning, but I definitely expected this one to be a little closer. There's the whistle, and here comes the sprint. Rams win it, so it was the Rams won the first and the fourth. Hudsonville won the second and third. Ordinary foul. Another ordinary. Rams content to take some time. Oh, what do we got? Away from the play. A kick-out's coming on the Eagles and a 6-on-5. They're calling that one on Revis. Down to the wing. Back up top. Bad pass, but Rockford keeps possession. Now it's up to the point. Down to the wing on the weak side. Skip shot cross cage off the mark out of bounds. And possession goes back to the Eagles as they kill off that 6-on-5 long stretch pass. Looking to find somebody open. Finally does so. Right side flat. Back up to the point. 10 on the shot clock. 1 minute gone in the fourth. Gets up high, shoots, scores. That was an impressive play there. That's a hat trick now for Kilgore. 10-4 game with 5:56 to go. I don't want to quite say it's over, but I always say my rule of thumb is you need to keep the goal differential to the number of minutes remaining. We're just under 6, and it's a 6-goal game. Ordinary foul. Rockford with the lead and the ball. Gets it down to the wing. Back up top. Good job cycling it around. Tries to get to the hole set, but a contra foul called there. Good see by the officials. And that's going to be a turnover to the Eagles. Down by 6, pushing it up the pool, 5-33. All the way down to the wing. Now they're in setup offensively. One-on-one matchup down in the hole. Ordinary foul. Can't shoot it, kicks it out. 10 on the shot clock. Tries to get the turn now. Cuts to the inside. Still working on the turn. Takes a shot. That's a 2-meter, I believe, and it is. So they're going to make him come all the way back. It hit the end line off the hand of the goalie. So first, a nice block by Pierce, but it is a 2-meter. Fresh shot clock for Hudsonville. Is the game clock now down to 5 minutes to go as they fire it back to the outside. Shot clock down to 20. And it gets through. Pierce got a hand on it. That's one of the few today that he tracked well. Rivas, I believe, will get credit for that one. No, I'm not sure. Looked like Sarber to me. Lob shot, nice save. 10-5 with 4:43 to go. Little dime store water polo here. Pushing it up the pool. Takes the shot cross cage off the mark. Out of bounds, and it gets Craig Peterman wet. he laughs at it as what a stretch pass up the pool by Pierce. And the Rams on the attack. Takes the shot. Best save in a while. Has to go after it as crashing on it. That's a great play as well by Reese Ward. But a fine play by the freshman, Ryan Wiles. We've seen 2 really good freshman goalies already in this West Regionals. With Wiles. Lob shot put up, hits the post, and the Rams will corral it with 4 minutes to go. Still a 5-goal game. Running out of time here for the Eagles. Now the good news is if you're new to water polo, both these teams punched their ticket yesterday. Regardless of what happens today, everybody playing today is going to the state tournament. And I'm hearing rumblings that this will be, as the Eagles get the steal, and a timeout taken by Josh Arendt, which is great. It affords me an opportunity to kind of explain this a little. This might be the last year of the current setup of these 2-day districts, 2-day regional, 2-day state in the current format. In district, if you play on Friday night and you lose, your season's over. But if you're playing into Saturday in districts, you automatically made regionals. In regionals, if you lose on Friday, your season's over. But you can lose 2 games on Saturday and still go to state, as there are 4 teams from the East and 4 teams from the West that end up making it to state. And then we have 8 teams at state, 4 from each side, the East and the West. If you lose, you can't win the championship anymore, but you play 2 more games. Under the current or under the potential proposal, or if the said proposal comes to fruition, once you lose, you're done, period. So we'll be interested and we'll be following up to see how that one turns out. Well, I got a minute, and let me switch back here to the camera, but let's try to get a score update from the east side. And it is so they're finishing the third quarter, and it looks like Pioneers up by 10, 13-3. They might have a short clock in the fourth, unless Skyline scores here in the final minute. All right, looks like we're about to return to live action here. The ball is in. They get it into the hands of Wiles. He passes it up to Kilgore. Play continues with 3:35 to go. Last really ditch effort here for Hudsonville with 3.5 to go. They need the score on this possession, or really it's almost done. Takes the shot off the mark, out of bounds. That was a good look from Kilgore. He got a lot on it. But we're down to 3:20 to go. The Rams are sniffing another opportunity to play for the West Region Championship. Down to the hole set. That's a kick out, got the turn. That's going to be called on Lawrence, I believe. Rockford cycling the ball around, gets it down low once again, opposite side. Now up to the post, down low, out of bounds. I'm not sure. That wasn't a shot. I think it was a pass. 2:45 to go now as the Eagles bring it back. Got it open, wide open for 4 meters. He's taken too long. Got a wide open shot, though, shoot, scores. I eat my words on that one. That one extra pass. Kilgore will get the goal, his 4th of the game, but it was a very selfless pass there where I still think he could have scored himself. Was Rivas. And it's 10-6, 2:36 to go. Not quite over yet, but getting close. Ordinary foul. Shot, what a save. Another great save by Wiles. Remember, our next game is set for a 10:15 start. Bringing it up the pool is Wiles. Swings it over, wide open from the flat. Cross cage, great save there by Pierce. And now he's got it. Oh, a timeout was taken. Surprised by that one. With 2 minutes remaining and an empty net. But Coach Peterman had, I think it's pretty much to tell he wants them to spread out, go 4 corners, and milk the clock. But that'll give us another opportunity to check in on the other side of the state from Chase over in Ann Arbor, Huron. It is in the 4th. They're down to 4:50 to go, and it is 13-3, so they did have a short start to that 4th period. So, let me pull this one up. It looks like it will be updating my little bracket sheet. I'm putting the cart ahead of the horse here on the Pioneer game, but 10 goals in 4 minutes I think is just too much. All right. The two teams are back in the pool after the Rockford timeout. The Rams on top, 10-6, looking to return to the MWPA West Region Finals. Ball is thrown back into the goalie, Pierce. Evan drops the ball and heads back. Swings it over to the right side flat, but it's going to be intercepted right away. Good defensive work there. Sarber will get the steal. Long stretch pass up the pool. He doesn't see it. Now he does. Under 1:40 to go in regulation. Good defensive play. Ordinary foul. Tries to get it down low. Does so. Great save once again by Pierce. That was about as well executed offensively as you could, but Pierce tracked the ball, stayed in position, held his ground, and was able to swallow that one up off of the shot from, I think that was number 11, Barnes. And holding on to it wisely is Pierce. 6 on the shot clock. 5, 4, 3, 2. He's going to probably give it a toss now. He does so. And he's able to get it all the way to the opposite corner. And that's good. That's going to be a setup timeout. With bing bong, exactly 1 minute remaining in regulation. 10-6 is our score. I know exactly what Craig was saying as he was talking to Derek Zoko. Okay, the buzzer's going off a multiple time, but the officials are still over there looking at the I don't know what they're talking about. But we're still ahead of schedule, so it's all good. They are looking very hard at the book, though. Thirteen to 3. Oh, another timeout was taken. As it's a 6-on-5 for Skyline, but we're back to live action here. Oh, what a sniff out and an interception. If you don't know the pool dimensions, you think he pushed off the bottom. He absolutely did not push off the bottom. That's just a remarkable defensive play by the senior Davis Ward. The Rams spread out. 36 seconds to go in the game. Ball right at mid-pool. Now they get it in. Empty net. He can swim it in, but he's not going to. He's going to take the final few seconds, then takes the shot, contested, and a little annoyed with himself is the senior co-captain Thomas Hurst, as he missed at an empty netter from about 2.5 meters. Final 16 seconds, shot clock turned off. Gets it to the opposite side. 10 seconds. Clock is running. Rockford about to celebrate. 5 seconds. Takes the shot. Another great save. Loose ball. Rams get it, and that's going to do it. A great game by Evan Pierce. And it is Rockford advancing to the West Region Finals with a hard-fought, impressive 10-6 victory over the Hudsonville Eagles. Congratulations to Coach Craig Peterman and his Rockford Rams as they will be returning to the West Region Finals. We will have that game, the championship game, at 2:15 today. But to find out who they play, you'll have to wait a few minutes, as our next contest will be the host, East Grand Rapids Pioneers, doing battle with the defending state champions, the Jenison Granville Co-op. We will have that game for you in about 15 minutes. We'll be keeping the stream here, as this one is still on the same stream. but the 2 games this afternoon will be a separate stream. All right, with that in mind, I'm going to see if the other game is a final yet before I take my leave of you. All right, there's still a minute 44 to go in that one. So, looking like it will be Rockford and Pioneer are the first 2 to make the finals. The next 2 will be coming shortly. For now, I'm going to step out. We'll let you watch the warm-ups continue. We'll be back in about 10 minutes here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. All right, my friends, Joey Sutherland back with you here at the East Grand Rapids Aquatic Center as we get set for our second semifinal West Region, as it will be the host, Pioneers of East Grand Rapids, and the defending state champion of Jenison Granville doing battle. The Pioneers and the Wild Dogs getting set to duke this one out. How did they get here? Well, for the Jenison squad, it was a 21-9 victory over the Falcons of East Kentwood. And for EGR, it was a hard-fought 14-9 victory over Zeeland last night. Wild Dogs hit the pool first. They're on the near side. They're in the black caps with the white lettering, whereas your Pioneers will be in the white caps with black lettering on the numbers. Ian Hewitt and Daniel Aismont are our officials for this one. And there's so it's going to be in, I didn't see what happened, but against the home team, the sprint is won by the Wild Dogs as they're going to the far side cage. Opening possession here of the final semifinal game. Left side flat, field block, nicely done. Goes out of bounds, so it's going to be possession going to the EGR squad. They push it up one, setting up the offense here. Tried to get it to the hole set, great defensive work, ball under. That's going to go to, credit that ball under to Jack McCrum, I believe. Back, he gets it at the point. Pressure comes late. Ordinary foul. He can shoot it. He will shoot it, and he scores. McCrum gets the first goal of this one. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Jenison Granville squad. Fires it over one, tries to get it down low, does so. Battle for it, wants to turn. Ordinary foul. Now kicks it all the way back outside with a chance to potentially tie it up here for the Pioneers. And another steal, no whistle. Credit that one again to McCrum, so he's got 2 steals and a goal. And we're only 90 seconds into this one. Ball under, good defensive play there by Coach Raheem Brown's squad. Now bringing it back the other way. Gets it over, has to battle for it. Up to the top. Wants to shoot it. He had time. Will shoots it. Got a lot on it. He appeared to have crunched the ab, but it was still over the cage. Tries to get it down, does so. What a pass, shoot, score. Tic-tac-toe. That's a pair of goals now for McCrum, with the assist on that one going to Oliver Ottenwest, and it's 2-0. Wild Dogs on top here. Pioneers drop the ball, push it forward. Oh, a kick out coming. First 6 on 5. That's going to be called on Story. Caleb's first. Let's see what EGR does with this one. Takes a shot. What a field block. Number 10 got up high. Ty Vanderwall. Wow, did he get up on that one. That was a remarkable field block to kick it out of bounds and end the 6 on 5. And now a chance to bring it the other way. Wants to get the turn. Does get the kick out instead. That's going to be called on number 4, Chu, his first. Cycle, shoots, scores! That is number 3 for the Wild Dogs. Oliver Ottenwest with the goal. And a timeout taken by the Pioneers with 4:12 to go in the first. I'm still looking to see who got the helper on that one, as the teams are making their way back. Oh, okay. So with 4:12 to go here in the first quarter, we'll step out real quickly with it. 3-zip, Jenison Granville on top. All right, following the timeout, let's see how the Pioneers have decided to run this play. They kick it out to the wing to begin. Just a stifling defense continues. Ordinary foul called on Vanderwall. Kicks it out to the top. A lot of pressure, tries to get to the hole. One-on-one battle, got by him, tries to shoot it, but a 5 meters called. I believe on 18, it is. So that's going to be on Noah Miller, his first. And shooting it is going to be Chu. And nothing Creighton can do about that one as it gets into the back of the net. And it's 3-1 now. First goal of the game for the Pioneers. Remember, we will have games this afternoon at 1 and 2:15 on a separate stream. Leading 3-1, 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Jenison pushing the ball up the pool. Gets it from one wing all the way to the other. Nice pass down to the hole set. Help comes late, ordinary foul. Back up to the top, wide open, pump fake, shoot. Nice save. Fine save there by Schneider. Schneider had a good game yesterday. And now here comes the Pioneers back the other way. From the outside, working in. To the top. Not sure if that's a flat or the point. Ordinary foul. Shot clock at 7. He can't shoot it. He's got to pass it. And he's just going to dump it. Oh, I hate I am not a fan of dumping, but in this case, he could not shoot it, and there was nobody open. Pushing it up the pool right now with 2:58 to go in the first quarter, 3-1. The Wild Dogs on top. They get it over to the left side flat. Wants to shoot cross cage off the mark, out of bounds. Hits the lane line reel. The goal judge throws it in. Oh, they're going to say, I didn't see it was tipped by the goalie. Holy cow. Bad angle, I guess, on my end. Gets it down low, but there's too many white caps there. And possession will go back to the Pioneers. 2:37 to go here in the first quarter. Gets it down at about 3 meters, ordinary foul. That's a smart one. Back out to the top. Now they're trying to do some kind of swap there. Gets into the hole set, but it's going to be intercepted by number 18, Noah Miller. The Wild Dogs push it up the court. Missing his cap. Gets the shot over the cage, out of bounds. And that'll allow EGR to bring it back the other way with bing bong. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tried to pass it in. Oh, just an ordinary foul. That kind of helped out the... They want a fresh shot clock. I'm surprised Daniel's not making him go get the cap yet. And there's a fight for the ball. Gonna have to kick it to the outside. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Kaiser go cross cage. Hits the post. And Crichton now grabs it. As they push it up the pool. Takes the shot over the cage, out of bounds. Still 3-1 with 82 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Pioneers push it up the pool now. This game's kind of been a back and forther for the last couple of minutes of this first quarter. Defensively solid. Cross cage off the mark, out of bounds. Both teams have gotten some good looks, and they have fired some missiles just slightly off trajectory. Oh, contra foul's called. That's going to go back to EGR. He pops it, and play continues. Gets it up to the wing. He gets ordinary. Back down to the wing. Over to the post. To the point. Down to the hole set, into safe water if he hurries. On his back shot, scores! What a play. That was a dandy by Max Mitchell. And it's now 3-2 with 36 seconds, about a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here. Late in the first. And getting his cap back now. I didn't end up seeing where that was. I'm sure it was at the bottom of the pool somewhere. The ball's thrown back in. We're back to live action. Swings it over to the wing. Down to the hole set. Help comes late. Intercepted. Nicely done there. Trying to see the number who got the interception. I believe that was... Well, I'll wait till they get up the pool. Look at that, into safe water again, but just a great defensive play. Wow. What a play by Ty Vanderwall. But a contra foul right back. And that's going to end the first quarter. At the end of one, it is the Wild Dogs over the Pioneers. 3-2 is our score. I'll try to get an update from the opposite side of the state when we return. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're not a member of the family, go ahead and become one on and by hitting that subscribe button. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network, MWPA semifinal. To the second period we go. The Wild Dogs had won the first sprint, and this time just conceding the sprint was the Pioneers, so they could set up defensively. They get it down low, 50-50 ball, actually going to go out of bounds. Possession will go right away to EGR. At the end of the first quarter, by the way, on the other side, it is Huron over Seaholm 6-1. As that possession ends in a errant shot off the mark, and possession goes back to the Wild Dogs on top 3-2. They're going to the far side cage. Nice pass in there from Vanderwall. On his back, takes a shot just off the mark. Good sniff, good read, good take away there by Schneider. And here comes the Pioneers back the other way. Shot clock down to 20. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Takes a shot, shoots, scores! And we're tied. What a shot there by number 5, Ethan Bradford. So, a pair of goals for Jack McCrum and a goal from Oliver Ottenwest is the 3 for the Wild Dogs. For the Pioneers, it is a 5-meter from Chu. That goal from Bradford, and earlier Max Mitchell with a fine goal, and we're knotted at 3, just 75 seconds into the second period. Oh, we got a kick out. 6-on-5 coming up here for, and a timeout's going to be taken. And it looks like the kick out is going to be on Cameron. Sadazimov with his first. And a great opportunity here for the Wild Dogs to recapture the lead in this 3-3 score. 1 point I forgot to mention, I was made aware of after the game was over yesterday when I congratulated the Pioneers for their victory over Zeeland yesterday. One thing I did not mention is that is the first ticket punched to the state tournament for East Grand Rapids in 21 years. 2004 was the last time East Grand Rapids made it to the state tournament, which is where they will be going 2 weeks from yesterday. And that's where I'll see all of you next after today. Looking forward to that one. And we want to thank you once again for joining us here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network, along with the sister station, Biscuit in the Basket 2. We're bringing you all the action. All right, looks like we're about to return to live action here. Ball's into play. 6-on-5 here. Gets it over, wing to wing, now back up to the post. Opposite post, down low to the wing. Good angle. What a pass. Takes the shot, hits the crossbar. Possession will remain with the Wild Dogs. The 6-on-5 is now even strength. What a save. And a ball under will stay with the Wild Dogs. They quickly respond to it, but we're back to even strength. Ordinary foul, inside 6, can't shoot it. Tosses it over to the post, gets it back, open, thinks about it, pump, fake, shoot, scores! Fine job there. That was Ty Vanderwaal's first goal of the morning. Looking to see who the helper on that one was. I think it was Noah Miller. And recapturing the lead of the Wild Dogs. I'm telling you, I can't ever say enough things about Ty Vanderwaal, the two-way player he is, how good I think he is pretty selfless. He puts defense ahead of offense, but he's a whale of a scorer as well. Ordinary foul. Back down to the hole, kicks it out to the flat. Cross cage, that's a 2-meter. So possession will stay with the Pioneers. Somebody's got to go get it. Daniel Aizmont, the official, drops the ball. Now he's got to pop it. He can do whatever he wants with it, so he's defended by Vanderwaal. Gets the pass in, though, to the hole. And a kick-out's coming. 6-on-5. Calling that one on 18. That'll be his second on Miller. Wing to wing, short shot, nice save. Great job, and oh, Nelly, they called the ball under on, and that's a break, I think, for, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell, honestly. The post blocked it. But anytime you have the goalie and the defender, that ball under becomes a potential 6-5. Oh, that hits the post, loose ball. Great job there by the Wild Dogs to keep possession. Ordinary foul, kicks it to the outside. Now they'll reset up this offense. 23 on the shot clock. 4 minutes to go in the half. They're on top 4-3. Tried to get it the whole set. Help comes late. Ordinary foul. Now they back off. They want to get it right back to him. He's got the position, but gets the turn. Help comes late. Now wide open from that side. Field block. Loose ball, and EGR will end up with the rock. Holy cow, crazy stretch here. Still 4-3. Wild Dogs on top. Near steal there by Vanderwaal. The kid is just elastic, man, with athleticism and strength. Kicks it over to the post. Short side, blocked away. Loose ball, and it, wow. I definitely thought that was tipped by the goalie last. Daniel disagrees, so it will be a turnover. And I'm not second guessing him. Just what I thought I saw. Short side shot scores! Big goal there for the Wild Dogs. And that was just a quick, smart one-timer. Skip shot. Otten West now has a pair of goals. That'll be another assist for McCrum. And it's back to a 2-goal advantage for Jenison Granville. They're on top 5-3. They have had a 3-goal lead at one point in this game. Oh, but a kickout's coming on. I didn't see what happened. Number 2, McCrum. Now I'm confused because we're even. All right, Daniel has sorted it out with the table. And here we go. Tries to get it over. Down to the hole side into safe water. Might have been a contra foul. There it is. Yep. A little late on the whistle, but they got it right. And possession is going back to the Wild Dogs. Long stretch pass. That's Vanderwall. Vanderwall at about 7 meters. Wants to get the turn. Good defense. He's going to shoot. You can see it. Draws the ordinary. He can shoot. Pops up high. Shoots and scores. Oh, my goodness. That was an absolute bazooka that got past Schneider, and it's back to a 3-goal lead. So it has gone in threes. 3-goal, 3-goal, 3-goal. The first 3 by the Wild Dogs. The second 3 by the Pioneers, and the last 3 now have gone to Jenison Granville once again. So 6-3, 2:25 to go here in the first half. Cycling it around. Looking to try to get it to the hole side. It's not there. Shot clock down to 8. Shoots it short side. Easy save there for Crichton. Connor makes a nice save, and now he'll throw it up the pool. Chance for the biggest lead of the morning for, and just off the mark. He got the look he was hoping for, but good defense and positioning by the Pioneers goalie keeps it 6-3. Down to the wing with 12 on the shot clock. Back up to the point. Shoots it, but what did he forget to do, boys and girls, when the ball goes that far over the cage? You got it. If you don't crunch your abs, the ball goes over the cage. Oh, the pass was, hit the back of the head of Vanderwall, but he's able to get it. Shoot it. I thought it was tipped that time by Schneider. Apparently it wasn't, so possession goes back to EGR. East Grand Rapids setting up on offense. They get it inside 2 meters. Just an ordinary foul. Can't shoot it. He's got to pull it outside of the, there it is, outside of the cone. Takes the shot. What a good cross cage. They crash on him, but a good job of keeping his composure. And now passes it over to the side. Under a minute to go in the half. 6-3. Wild Dogs with the lead, looking to make it to the West Region Finals to take on Rockford. Kick out coming. That's going to be called on 21, Mitchell. Wing to wing. Back up to the post. Now back down to the wing. Quick shot, shoot, scores. Tic-tac-toe. That's another one there. A hat trick now for Oliver Ottenwest. Caleb Story will get the helper on that one, and it's a 4-goal game with 9 seconds to go in the first half. One of our officials, Derek Zoko, really enjoying his pizza. We'll get a close-up of that. Oh, what a steal, but that's going to do it for the first half. As I promised, so let's see if I can get this angle down enough. Yeah, there he is. Is look into the scoreboard box. You can see it's halftime, 7-3. Wild Dogs on top. I'm going to have a little fun at his expense for just a second. And we will cut it back to the scoreboard. All right, let me go back to what it's supposed to be now. Sorry about that, folks. I just couldn't resist an opportunity to have a little bit of fun with one of the good guys in water polo, Derek Zoko. And now I will send him that. We'll be right back here with the second half as the two teams switch sides. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket Network. Joey Sutherland back with you here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. And it is 7-3, the Wild Dogs over the Pioneers here to find out who's going to face Rockford in the West Regionals. On the other side of the state, going into the third, it is Ann Arbor Huron, the host there, ahead of Seaholm, 10-2. Looks like it's going to be Ann Arbor Huron versus Ann Arbor Pioneer in the East Side Championship. Opening possession here, Wild Dogs with the ball, coming nearest now to the cage, in the hole, loose ball under, possession will go to the Pioneers, who trail by 4. They trailed by 3 earlier, came back to tie it. Now it's a 4-0 run by the Wild Dogs. Pass up to the left side flat. Down to the wings, 15 on the shot clock. Swings it over. Deflected away and intercepted. Good defensive work there by the Dogs. The Wild Dogs moving it forward. Long stretch pass. Nice job keeping possession with 6 on the shot clock. Gonna have to do something with it quick. Oh, look at it. They get it to Vanderwall. 1 second. He can shoot it. He will shoot it. Backhands it. Holy cow. That was the Wonder Woman swim backhand and just missed it. I don't know that I've seen it quite done like that before. But it's still off the mark, out of bounds, and it goes back to the Pioneers, who trail 7-3. Chance to get back into this one here. Gets it down low. Good defense, though, by the Jenison Granville team. Swings it up to the top. Back to the point. Cross cage, it's off the mark, out of bounds. Possession to the Wild Dogs. Ordinary foul. Wide open, shoots it, field blocked, and then the goalie corrals it. Give credit first, though, to Max Mitchell, I believe, for getting a paw on the ball. Still a 4-point game, 7-3. Jenison Granville. Oh, and a nice steal there by Caleb Story. With one pass, they get it to mid-pool. Swings it back over to the point. Down to the wing, all open at about 5.5 meters. They got a driver coming in. Takes the shot, short side, off the crossbar, out of bounds. Possession goes to the Pioneers. I don't know what happened there. Looking to get the shot off, does so. Cross cage, out of bounds though. Didn't get that much on it. And a timeout, I guess, is going to be taken here by the Wild Dogs with 3:46 to go. Full timeout, 3:46 in the third. 7-3. Let's quickly peek over before I go to coffee here to see if I have a further update. It is 3:46 to go on the east side of the state. 11-2 though. It's all Huron. And we'll be right back. Here we go after the timeout. Let's see what the Wild Dogs do with this one. Kicks it over to the post. This is not a 6-on-5 field block. And a nice job there by EGR to get the ball back. Big possession here. Tries to get it to the top. Down to the hole set. One-on-one matchup. Help comes late. Just an ordinary foul is called. They have a wide open flat. If they see it, they get it to him. Shot clock at 6. Shoot, scores! First goal of the second half here. With it now 7-4, it's gotten a little bit closer here. 2:50 to go here in the third. Another foul. Ordinary foul. Shot clock down to 7. They kick it to the outside. Give and go down to the hole set. On his back, shoots, hits the crossbar. It's in. What a shot there by number 2, Jack McCrum, who now has the hat trick. That'll bring it back to a 4-goal game, 8-4. Pioneers getting the ball up the pool now, setting up left side flat. Good pressure defense. Ordinary foul called though. Now they go to the opposite post. Thinks about shooting it. Instead gets into the hole set. Cross cage off the mark, but that'll be a 2-meter, so a fresh 30 with 2:12 to go in the third. Down by 4. Pioneers will bring it back out to 2-meter. Once he pops it, he's eligible to do whatever he wants. Pass it, shoot it, play with it. Down to the hole again. Help comes late, and it leads to a steal. It's that second defender on the hole is always the most deadly defensively. That particular time it was West who got credit for the last steal, and now it is the Wild Dogs on the offense. West has it at the point, gets it down low into the hands of McCrum. McCrum, skip shot, shoot, scores. McCrum now with his 4th goal, another helper to West, and it's 9-4. There's the whistle, back to live action here. 90 seconds remaining in the third. Ordinary foul, losing his cap on that one. Swings it over to the opposite side, down low it comes to the wing. To the hole set, but a kind of forced that pass and an easy interception there for Caleb Story. Possession goes back to Jenison Granville. They're going to push it up the pool with 70 seconds to go. Vanderwall fires it down all the way to McCrum. McCrum from the wing. Contra foul's called. They're going to call that one, I believe, on West. EGR pushes it up, tries to get to the hole set. Kick out's coming, 6-on-5. Let's see what they can do with it. That kick out's called on number 14, Vandermeer. But the shot is off the mark, out of bounds, and a good job there by the Wild Dogs to end that 6-on-5. as it's going to be a short fourth period on the east side of the state where Huron is up 14-2. So it'll be a 5-minute fourth period there. Wide open, shoots, and gets it in. Nicely done, number 2. I think it's a goal. Ottenwest will get the goal with the helper going to Vanderwall. And I don't know what happened, but it's 10-4 now. Late substitutions in right now for East Grand Rapids with 21 seconds to go here in the third. Remember, the afternoon final two streams will be the final two matches will be on a separate stream, both in the East and the West. So you will have to end this one and start another. And there'll be about an hour and a half between the end of this one and the next game. Takes the shot, nice read. 50-50 ball, the Wild Dogs have it, and that's going to end the third. It was 6-3, Jenison Granville at the end of the half. It is now 10-4, a comfortable lead here for the Wild Dogs going into the final stanza. Keep it here on the Biscuit in the Basket YouTube network. We'll have that final 7 minutes when we return. Joey Sutherland back with you here on the Biscuit in the Basket Network. We want to thank you for joining us. 10-4, the defending state champions from Jenison Granville on top over the host Pioneers as we set to start the fourth. The sprint is once again won. It's a clean sweep for the for the Wild Dogs. They push the ball up near us on your screen to the hole set. And a kick out's coming. McCrum draws it, kicks it out, gets it back wide open, shoots, scores. McCrum on a perfect give and go pass. The kick out was on number 3. And it looks like the helper on that one is going to go to Noah Miller. And it's now a touchdown lead for the Wild Dogs, 11-4. Again, reminder, both teams will play on. It just appears right now it'll be the Wild Dogs playing for the regional championship, while East Grand Rapids will probably be playing Hudsonville for third and fourth place respectively out of the West. The pass is intercepted back to the Wild Dogs. Still opening minute of the fourth quarter. It's 15-2 on the other side of the state. Back out to the top. Down low. Cross cage. Ooh, thought it was tipped. No call. Possession goes the other way. One pass up. Swings it over. Ordinary foul. And it's stolen. Look at this. Counter opportunity. That was a crash defense help on his horse. It is McCrum. Gets to 3 meters, 2 meters, shoots, scores. Unassisted goal there, McCrum. McCrum has had himself a morning. That is now his 6th goal with 2 assists and 5 steals unofficially. And it's now an 8-goal advantage, 12-4. Tries to get into the hole, but a kick out's coming. 6-on-5 here for the Pioneers. They're calling that one on number 14, Vandermeer, his second. Cycles it around, takes a shot, hits the crossbar. And possession remains with with East Grand Rapids. Second shot though, cross cage, which is I like. He did crunch the abs. He just was off in terms of his angle. And it's gonna kill the 6-on-5. Possession goes back to the Jenison Granville squad on top late in the fourth. Ordinary foul called, so McCrum can't shoot it here. He's going to have to pass it away. Gets it back to him. Battle for the loose ball. Ball under. Possession will go to EGR. They kick it back to the goalie and push it up the pool. Another ordinary. Ordinary foul. Shot. Oh. Shot clock down to 7 seconds. Cross cage off the mark. Out of bounds. And all of a sudden, they're getting some halfway decent looks, are the Pioneers, but they just need to adjust the scope, if you will. Turn, shoot, scores. This time it is Caleb Story, his first goal of this one. And that makes it a 9-goal advantage. 13-4. There's the whistle, back to live action. Another ordinary foul. Oh, no, we got a kick out coming. A roll. That's interesting. And another kick out, so it's going to be 6-on-4. It's 11 and 8 respectively. Inside two is and another roll. Timeout's going to be taken by Raheem. We're trying to sort out this. It's been a while since I've seen anything like this one. We'll be right back after I find out. We're still trying to get clarification on what happened. I know there's still 3 seconds on one penalty, 5 seconds on another, and now there's a third. You do not see this very often. And I don't know who the third one is on. Okay, this will be an interesting 3 seconds. Oh, and that stream has come to a conclusion. The other one with it is Huron getting the W. So Skyline will take on Seaholm. They're still sorting things out. This is crazy. All right, they get it to the goalie. That's Conklin now. And they got to hustle. And now one's in at 2 meters, shoots, scores. And now a roll comes. This is weird. And that one will be a misconduct. This is crazy. Now I'm not sure if the goal counted. So we're still trying to, this is a crazy finish to this one. Three minutes to go. That goal did count, so it is 13-5. And we're waiting for play to continue here. There's the whistle. We're back to live action. Gets it over. Under 3 to go in regulation. 8-goal advantage for the defending state champions, the Wild Dogs, as they cycle the ball around well. To the hole set. Backhand. Nice block. That shot was taken by Schreiber. And now it is the Pioneers bringing the ball up the pool. To the hole. Ball under. It's going to go back the other way. 2:25 to go. Tries to get it down low, does so, and a contra foul is called. Possession goes back to the Pioneers with, right now we're at 2 minutes to go in regulation. Fires it over to the left side flat. Throws it right down the middle, easily saved there. As the clock continues to wind. One pass up. That's an ordinary. Over. And stolen. Another ordinary. We're at 75 seconds to go. Long stretch pass to the hole, but he's back far enough to be the point. Shoots it, doesn't crunch the ab, it goes over the cage, and a timeout's taken with 70 seconds to go. All right, looks like we're ready to continue now. After the setup timeout. One pass up, it's at the point. Down to the wing. Left side post. Point. Just off the mark and going to pick it up. Swims towards it. 10 on the shot clock. Down. Quick shot. Oh, they're going to say a fresh shot clock and a backhand opportunity, but the pass was off the mark. It's going to be Pioneers ball. 35 seconds to go. 25 on the shot clock. Had a driver miss the opportunity. Now they get it to him. He's at the post at about 3 meters. Help comes late. It's going to be intercepted by the Wild Dogs. They can now just milk the clock here. It will be now. It is all but determined. It will be Jenison, Granville, and Rockford for the regional championship. Hudsonville will take on East Grand Rapids. Our final score, 13-5. Congratulations to the Wild Dogs. They will advance to the finals and take on Rockford. That's going to wrap up this stream. We invite you back here in about an hour and a half as we will continue with the second half of the streams. That's going to wrap it up here for now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until later, have a great day. We'll see you soon.